events and everything else in the form of trivia questions.
That's right, Josh. I'm gonna lean into the
We're
game
here
show host of this.
together.
Each week we hit you with 5 topics, and here's the catch: none of us know the answers ahead of time.
Not us, not our guest, not even you. So we're all in it together. We'll throw out our best guesses, debate a bit, and probably embarrass ourselves before revealing the correct answer.
Definitely. And if any of us cheat, we have to drink, no, or chug an entire bottle of Rock Creek water straight from DC.
Wow.
Hmm.
That is approved measles free, I believe.
Tastes like feces and blue jeans. Yeah.
That's some grit.
Yeah, I'm tasting a hint of E. coli.
Dig it. Okay, we're going to jump right into question one. It's easier. It whets the palate. We're going to try this out. HBO Max. We're back.
heard of it.
Right?
Hell yeah.
HBO, they rebranded as Mid, and then they went back to HBO Max. Yes. So, HBO has recently decided to revert the name of their streaming service back to HBO Max.
Woo!
What TV show on the platform is the most streamed to date?
Severance?
Is on Apple TV.
That's what I'm talking
No,
about.
Severance is on Max.
No, it isn't. It's
HBO
Apple
Max.
TV. It is for sure. It is for sure Apple TV.
I just watched the entire
Yes.
series.
I think I just
Wait.
saw that it is the most highly streamed show on Apple TV.
Was there a hostile takeover of Severance?
Severance.
I was
You think
thinking
it's
Succession.
I have done that. I have
Totally.
combined
Yeah,
them
yeah.
in my head.
In
There
the
is
brains.
a little bit of like evil corporation in both of them. So
Capital
But
S.
only one
in the
has a
name.
great cameo appeance from me. So, hey.
So far.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
so far.
Season 4, Episode 2. Check the karaoke scene. I have a very strong opinion of this, and it's because of my deep understanding of Westerosi history, and it should most likely be Game of Thrones.
On the app, though?
The platform HBO Max that, let's say, go to now. It's
Right.
not saying that
Because
2
there was
days
Go,
ago.
there was HBO Go, there was HBO
Meow,
Now,
meow.
there was HBO Max, there was Max, and there's HBO Max.
now we're back to HBO Max.
And
Plus,
and that's the 7
now.
degrees of HBO Max.
Go.
Yeah.
The way that the question is phrased, do you feel like it's a show that's currently on?
No, to date. I guess
date.
it's just yeah, you could definitely try and think of, like, oh, Sex and the City or something from circa 1999, but it's more like when it launched, so let's call that 2016.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's hard about it.
So what's been going?
Because,
you
like,
wouldn't
Max-
give Sopranos because it's not.
Right.
You know.
That's where my mind went to Sopranos, but like, I think to your point, Game of Thrones has such a global reach, and with the app,
And would have been the source of where you watched it because it's like the premiere, not just the rerun, right?
yeah.
But I think this is the issue with the question. You got to drill down into it.
This is what I love. Yes, drill down into it.
There was no Max involved by the time it ended, right? I think we were still on HBO Go or something when.
Wait, when Game of Thrones ended?
I
Right?
think
No, I
let's
think we were
let's
on
just
HBO Max.
let's
Were we?
let's call it the streaming platform formerly known as whatever. It's like when you started doing that and not it's more than TV tuning in on the telly.
By the way, on my Apple TV in my apartment, I still have the HBO Max app, and I'll go to it without thinking, and it'll go, what are you doing here? You need to go over to HBO. I'm like, fuck you.
I was sometimes scrolling through a Roku through Go, through Now,
Yeah.
to Max.
Yeah.
Like I was like just generations, geological layers of time of corporate nonsense.
Do you still have a Roku now?
I don't. Yeah.
We have one that we don't use anymore. It's like the TV in the bedroom. We don't really watch TV in the
Exactly.
bedroom that much anymore, but I miss when that was our main TV, Roku City.
The city.
You just want to live in that ville. It's a
Oh,
happy
God.
place.
I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna say Roku City is the show that most people watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, through the Max app.
I am with you in an alliance. I'm gonna go Game of Thrones.
Gonna get
I think I might go against this because wasn't Friends on Max for a second?
I think they
Yeah,
went
do
hard.
you really think like
People went nuts on that.
it's true, but like young people don't like Friends.
Young people love Friends.
I do see people wearing Friends shirts a lot. But
TikTok loves Friends. It blew up in a crazy way. Like
there is
Friends
It's
and
like
Suits,
Gilmore
people
Girls.
went
It's the
nuts
one
on.
that like stood up.
maybe it's Suits.
Yeah, exactly. Suits went crazy.
Suits went crazy during the pandemic. But I just think Game of Thrones was such a global.
You guys are probably right, and I'm going to still go against you and disagree.
The correct answer is Juego de Thrones.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. All right. Well, that was quite the heated debate to start it, and we were hearing a lot of wrong answers from our guest tonight, Gabe Gronley. Woo! Thanks for coming out, Gabe.
Oh, happy to be here.
Gabe, you are a legendary writer, producer type on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
That's right. Except for the legendary part, but yeah.
Yeah, and playing behind the scenes there, but sometimes, get a little too outspoken, and then all of a sudden have to get in the dunk tank back in your home of Wisconsin.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I made the show go to Milwaukee at some point. Yeah. Very, very proudly, I got the show to go to Milwaukee, which was very fun.
Yeah.
Got to go to Brewers game. Got to meet the sausages, and then
For people that don't understand the level of Wisconsin pride, right? The flyover folk, it's like, no, there is something special happening here, and even the non-special things are special because of how special people like. Oh yeah, I love brats. Oh yeah, I love cheese.
It's
you know?
real.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that stuff's good. There's a reason. There's a reason people love it.
I've never
Yeah,
been to Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's a great town.
I've been to Madison.
Yeah.
Why? Madison's. I grew
Smart.
up in Madison.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of my best friends went there for college. We wrote a play together that. What the fuck's the school? Madison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
University of Wisconsin Madison.
Yeah, they put the play on, and we
Oh,
went on
wow.
a road trip.
That's great.
It was very dumb.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. A road trip to Madison should be done.
I think it's a rite of
That's the
passage.
right thing
Like,
to do.
Yeah.
yeah, you should.
Ian's Pizza? Is
Oh,
that a
hell
thing?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, it
Mac
is.
cheese, pizza, and Smoking the Bandit.
Yeah.
These.
Yeah.
I could name the top 6. Is that a trivia question? Ian's pizza
Smoky
slices.
The Bandit takes place in Wisconsin?
No, Smoking the Bandit is the name of a slice of pizza that you can get at 3 in the morning in Madison and now Chicago. And I
yeah.
believe it has like barbecue chicken on it. And it
They
was what
will-
I would go for sure.
They will put French fries on pizza there.
That's
Yeah,
Smoking
and in
the Bandit.
and
2005,
it's so good.
I was like,
Right?
You're putting
You guys
different
are-
toppings on
Yo.
a pizza?
It was. It's great.
You're blowing my mind.
I
Everything's
got-
animal style here. What's going on?
I got an experimental pizza at Ian's once that for all I know, I think they only made once.
It was,
Where they
horse medicine?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
The ivermectin.
They
Yeah.
cured
Stuffed crust ivermectin.
They poured a can of SpaghettiOs on the pizza as the sauce,
Wow.
as like the base, and then put like cheese and meatballs on top of that. And the guy behind the counter was like, "Yeah, we made this one just for ourselves." The owner like doesn't like to use ingredients that aren't fresh, but he said we could do it if we bought the SpaghettiOs ourselves. I was like, I'm in. I gotta try it.
Yeah, they're just
it
like
was good.
the Triangle Market bodega. Like, well, you have to go within the 1 block radius. You're gonna get the spam. You gotta get it local.
One of the guys in the kitchen who was against it was just like, you've spent so long thinking about if you could do it. You never stopped to think if you should do it.
Oh,
Oh no.
it was yeah. They were through the looking glass on that one. It was good.
Gabe, back in Madison or here, did you dabble in the trivia before?
I hosted trivia with my dear friend Ann Johnson in Brooklyn for our friends opened a bar and we did a monthly trivia there where we would host it every the first Tuesday of the month for like 6-7 years. It was called Burnside.
Oh, I don't
It was
know.
on Grand
Seems
Street.
like I'd be welcome there.
Yeah. They had fried cheese curds.
Okay.
They were doing a minorly Midwest. Like they had Juicy Lucy's, This is all. This isn't. I'm not trying to. It doesn't exist anymore, so this doesn't count as an ad. But if you could go there, you should.
What is a Juicy Lucy?
Oh, a Juicy Lucy.
It's a.
Am I getting deep in the weeds in some Wisconsin?
No, it's
No,
it's
this is Minnesota,
Midwest. It's
so-
more Minnesota. Yeah.
I'm from St. Louis. I've never heard
Oh
of this.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, this is from Minnesota, and it's like a Minneapolis thing, and it's cheese inside of a burger.
Yeah.
And it's
And the burger tends to be more like Orbish. It's a very
yeah. You
large
gotta put the cheese
hunk
in there. You
of-
gotta like
yeah.
kind of form it around that, and then you cook it, and the cheese becomes basically molten.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah.
2 slices, Wonder Bread, and some meatloaf. That's basically what's going on here.
It's.
they
I mean, it's
inject
good.
The
It's
cheddar.
good.
Glad you both are still alive. Here.
I don't know how I did half the things. You know, like playing like high school ball, it was like 5 McChickens post workout.
Yeah.
And you know, inflation, right? But like it was $1 for those McChickens. Now that would be a full $15,
Yeah.
$20.
Yeah, a little
Effort.
2 days followed by an Arby's 5 for 5.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah, just taking shots of horsey sauce. Did you have a go-to trivia name?
Well, because it was hosting, no.
Mhm.
So we were indoor trivia was the name of our trivia night. Indoor trivia with Ann and Gabe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Indoor trivia. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like the Gronic or something.
Oh,
you know.
well, of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask you a housekeeping question?
Sure.
So every week we've been asking people who've played trivia before, like, what was your go-to name?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you feel like you remember, like, early on, and when talking about this, we thought about the idea of like that's going to be our trivia name this week. Like, in your mind, is there a goal of coming up with our trivia name for this episode?
Ooh, yeah.
I don't press them too hard as guests. They
Sure.
need to keep their
That's
brain
my
juice
job. I
ready.
get to cross-examine.
But I do think
copping me.
aspirationally, if you're here for any reason, it's that we are one team, one dream. We're trying
I love it.
to get the most questions right as a collective. With
Oh,
the
so I was
viewers
playing
at home.
against that
Yeah.
by
No,
going,
you-
all right, I was a rogue agent on the team, I guess.
Please.
Yeah.
You know, speak up. But I'm saying when we have our tournament of champions at the end of the season,
Oh,
depending
yeah.
on how you perform, you'll be seated and you will have everybody's
Aha.
trivia team name in the
Aha.
bracket.
I think he's serious about this tournament of champions.
Oh yeah.
He's brought it up
I
every
think
episode.
it's definitely
It
episode
sounds like it's happening.
64 through whatever. Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger
What
pod.
episode are we on 6?
This is 6.
6.
Yeah, look at us.
We did it. We made
Wow.
It's us.
6 episodes in a movie. Let's do it.
Return of the Jedi.
Gabe, you have one of the top-notch, noticeable laughs that I know you know this, but I just would assume that this has progressed you further in writers' rooms.
it. God, I can only hope so. Because it's either that or it's a fucking liability.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. Yeah, I have like, yeah. It's you go to a friend's comedy show and they're like, I know. I'll be afterwards. I'll be like, oh, I was at your show last night. They're like, no, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's because you were being funny. So congrats.
Oh man, I was at a show and there was a guy in the front that sounded straight up like the Joker. He's like,
Which Joker?
like
Yeah,
let's give him Jared Leto. Like it was not
Oh,
a
wow,
pleasurable.
okay.
It was.
It wasn't like an Arthur Fleck, like.
What would be your Joker laugh if you were, getting the
Ooh.
next spin-off?
Oh man, that's.
Yeah, it's just
It's menacing.
we're
The
probably
way you
peeking
laugh
so
is-
hard for anyone listening, but yeah, it's
It's a faceless laugh. It's just like.
That is terrifying.
That is, yeah.
That is truly terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that should be the next Smile horror flick. It's just like this,
Who knows?
I don't need to. I just think it's like great marketing that they're just like, I'll pay you to smile at like the Mets game for 3 hours, like real creepy like.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
so smart.
Yeah, it's great marketing. Yeah. So anyway, your laugh is good. Your trivia knowledge is ready. So let us move on to question 2. We got ourselves a men's health question for the dudes.
Mm.
Exercise was recently found to improve erectile dysfunction symptoms for men after treatment for prostate cancer.
I didn't look that up.
We're all getting served it on Instagram ads from Hims. Don't
I
worry.
should have let him finish that sentence before.
I feel like men should know this. What is the leading cause of erectile dysfunction? We've only been getting commercials every Super Bowl for the last 30 years. We don't know why it's happening.
I feel,
I mean, isn't like a lot of it psychological?
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, for some reason I was immediately like, smoking. Just 'cause I feel like that's always what, like,
Yeah, I was thinking like depression.
But I think you're right. I think it is. I think it's more, it's because you just did it, and then it's hard to do it again right away, right?
Refractory period.
Refractory period. Yeah. That's a good trivia team name also.
There it is.
Yeah, that's a good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Blue Chews.
Promo
I think
code Alain 15.
Wait a second. Yeah, 15 and a half.
Hey.
Welcome to the 6th and final episode.
We can't get canceled here.
Oh,
this is a safe space.
Then can I tell you what...
I think you're right. I think it is. I think
stress.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I would drill down and say anxiety.
I'm gonna go like depression specifically, if there is.
I mean, would have just we say mental health. You can put that under all of it.
It is the month.
Is that why? Is it Men's Health Month? Is that why that's a category?
No, this was a recent study.
Oh.
But we're always talking a little more about the men's health stuff because we're just a couple of dudes who care about our health while disregarding and drinking beer all the time. And I would say the ED thing is definitely not a problem I have. And
it's
I just had to Google what that was, like secretly before we got to the end.
Yeah,
of the
what?
question.
Ed? Who's Ed?
ED.
Talking
Education something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Education department.
I thought we got rid of that department.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it is interesting that mental health, regardless of which answer, is like unanimously what we assume for a physical condition of boner dysfunction.
Yeah, I almost feel like when you say men's health, you're like, oh, it's not talking about your feelings. That's what it is. It's not talking about your feelings. I think causes your dick to go soft.
Because you just put that down there. You just solve things with grit and whiskey, and you're good.
You know, cardiovascular disease obviously is like huge in this country. Like I feel like that or like nerve damage are going to be the two like physical things that it could be. But for something that's like widespread or can be, I'm guessing it's something that's not physical.
But I also hate that the answer is like, oh, have you tried just like not being depressed and then
your
dick works better?
And you're like, well, it's kind of cyclical because then it's like, well, then it doesn't work, and so then I get more depressed, and then yeah. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Cardiovascular, like that obviously makes sense because we're talking about blood, but
it's happening to young people.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I do think it is going to be like a stress mental health issue.
I'm looking at the answer here. It says it's whiskey dick.
Oh.
That's not true.
Huh.
Well, our sponsor, Slow and Low.
Whiskey Dick, also obviously a great team name. That's got to be.
We're gonna bleep so much of this.
Not enough dates at the bar.
This one is not for kids.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Depression.
Final answer.
Mental health.
Anxiety.
Same thing, but it's. I'm just trying to use a more general term to get both of your answers.
And the answer. Closest problem is cardiovascular disease.
Okay.
You dabbled, you touched it. You can have a decreased risk of developing cardiovascular disease with regular exercise, and that also helps. Hence, exercise helping.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
And heart healthy Cheerios.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your go-to cereal growing up?
I mean, we were allowed to have the nastiest cereals. Like we were,
Nice.
we went We went nuts. So
Lucky
like,
Charms.
yeah. So when Lucky Charms entered the house, you were like, oh my god, it's happening
Cinnamon
this
Toast
week.
Crunch, like
Yeah.
just the cinnamon milk.
The two
Or chocolate.
that like I couldn't stop thinking about. Maybe I'm looking back now because both of these cereals had a short shelf life. There was Ninja Turtle cereal.
Oh wow.
Oh.
When we were really little, and it was
Oh, wow.
so good.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it wasn't around for very long, so maybe I
taste
like
the turtle.
romanticized
Yeah.
it.
And some of it's just market. Like you're like,
Yeah.
you look at the box and you're
Ecto-Cooler
like,
Like,
tasted
these are
better.
the most important
Yeah.
people in my life. I want this cereal. Ecto
like,
Cooler also.
Yeah, totally.
Which wasn't green for some reason.
Right, but like you
You know
never,
what I'm saying?
You're
yeah,
never gonna know inside that box.
exactly.
Because I was like, oh, I bet
Well, the
it's
slime
gonna be
wasn't
neon if I
green
squeeze it into
necessarily.
a
Yeah.
cup. And then
You wanna
there
drink
was a
flubber.
short while where Golden Grams had Golden Grams s'mores.
Oh my god, I
Golden
remember
Grams
this.
with,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
marshmallows and chocolate. I was like, this is
I remember
this is
that.
heaven.
That was good.
And then
I didn't get that good stuff. My dad was just like, Honey Nut Cheerios is as good as you're gonna get it, and then Smart Start, which I don't think was actually healthy.
It turns
I
out,
remember Smart Stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it turns out Honey Nut Cheerios are really good,
Uh-huh.
and like that actually should be like kind of the baseline. I think as an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a child, I wanted like
The
as many
cereal
colors as you
mean
could.
should
Yeah.
be Honey Nut
Honey Nut Cheerios is great.
And then what's the Frosted Mini Wheats?
Yeah.
Those,
These
I
are
think, that
these are
sounds
my
like
two.
vaguely fibery.
Those are my two current faves. They're like just enough sweetness to like, yeah.
What kind of dad are
like
you gonna be?
keep it
What kind of cereal dad?
I think those. I mean, I think it'll be like that. Yeah. Yeah. I think we have one cereal in the house. And I think it's like a real like smart balance sort of thing. But
Yeah.
kid's not eating cereal yet, so yeah.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
How old?
14 and a half months. 15
I was
months.
like 14 and a half. he's not eating
14 and a
cereal
half.
yet.
Yeah, he's
No
circling
phones,
the car.
no cereal, no cars. No, yeah.
He's just really into like driving permits.
Still feeding. Yeah. Okay, so going on the healthy tip, our next question on the social media is about run clubs. Because run clubs are all over all of a sudden and ruining the actual like run club of it.
Uh-huh.
But they're viral now. So they're touted as a new way to socialize or date. And as they've taken off, so has discourse that they're ruining running.
Interesting, yeah.
The question being, Usain Bolt shared that he ate 1,000 of these as his protein fix during his 10-day stay in the Beijing Olympic Village in 2008 while winning gold in the 200-meter event. 10-meter
He
event,
ate-
too.
There's a lot of numbers in this. So
Yeah.
Usain Bolt ate 1,000 of
Fastest dude ate a
Yes.
1,000 of these as his protein fix.
goldfish crackers.
10-day stay. So 10 days, that's 100 of these a day.
As a protein fix.
Pues.
I heard some crazy stat about The Rock for a while was like eating just like an insane, like just like a ton of cod every day or something. Like he was just eating like just that was the whole. He would just like every 20 minutes he would eat cod.
Interesting.
You know, like
So what if it was like
As-
an anchovy?
yeah,
Were you saying?
As the
1,000.
resident half Chinaman.
Who?
I'm going to redact that. As the resident half Chinese is the Beijing Olympic Village.
I would love if the first thing you said was bleeped when we were doing this episode.
Yeah,
I would like that.
yeah.
That shocked me.
The first.
yeah. You're like, wow, you really
when
don't
we're live.
hear that very often.
Yeah. No, I say it, and only I can say it. And anyone listening
Not
knows.
outside of reading
I
like a
will
James Bond
punch him in the
novel.
mouth. I'll Jermaine.
To be fair, you can
O'Neal
only
just-
half say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so bleep half of it.
Yes. Well, I'm also half white, which
Yeah.
means I can say
Yeah.
as many supremacist things as I want. No. Olympic Village.
What you were about to say as the half Chinese person.
As the half expert of Beijing,
But
my month, this is my month,
this is your month.
100 of something in the Beijing Olympic Village means maybe he didn't bring it, maybe he found it in like street market or something. You know what I mean?
But he's also
Like
like,
dumplings.
but it's also like
Surely you can bring like your like the things that you need
Yeah.
to the village.
Sure, but eating 1,000 of them, you can bring 1,000.
I
You are
bet that he
an
is.
Olympic.
I bet that like, I mean, not that I don't think that could lead us to an answer, and very well could be the case. But I also believe like logistically, if you're performing at Usain Bolt level, like your trainers are bringing in whatever you need.
Yeah. When you first started reading the question, I was like, calories. There's more to it.
But he does just need as many calories as quickly as possible, right?
And as
Like,
much
at some
protein as
point-
possible too.
Yeah, when Christian Bale's going from machinist to Batman, right? That's like a 120-pound to like 200-pound swing.
Yeah.
You're just drinking Haagen-Dazs.
Uh-huh.
So like if him or Phelps or anybody else that needs to burn 20,000 calories a day, what's just like
But it says as a protein fix,
protein fix?
crickets.
So it wouldn't be Haagen-Dazs, obviously. He wouldn't
I'm
be
locking
drinking
in on anchovies. Something small.
Fish.
just sodium.
1,000.
Okay.
1,000. Yeah, sodium.
That's a lot of sodium.
I'm going with my classic dumps as a dumpling influencer. It's dumplings.
1,000 dumplings.
For Jesus.
100 dumplings a day.
For protein
That's
fix.
20 dumplings a sitting, 5 meals. Yeah.
If it's eggs.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
I mean, honestly, that might be it. Yeah, exactly. Doing the Rocky training. Yeah.
That's a lot, though.
It's a lot of
it's a lot
anything.
cholesterol, probably.
Yeah.
Do you ever see What the Health? That documentary?
No.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was, and it claimed that having, I'm probably going to butcher this, but I felt like I clocked out of this documentary, and they claimed that having 5 eggs is as bad for you as having a pack of cigarettes. Or maybe it was a single cigarette. It
Wild.
was some comparison like that.
Wild.
I don't know.
You're like, well, yeah, totally. You're like, maybe, yeah.
Cool. So something's going to get you, but it ain't going to be eggs.
Right.
Okay. I don't have a good answer.
Damn, protein.
I think dumpling is mine. I think anchovy is yours. Where are you feeling this, Gabe?
I am feeling like it's a fish. I'm gonna say cod.
Like a fish stick?
Yeah, go with
I'm gonna go with the rock.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with what I know from the rock. 1,000 cod. The full fish. I'm talking
Fish
bones
fries.
and eyes and everything.
Just-
Yeah, he's Heathcliff.
Heathcliff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Served on a sewer lid.
Oh.
Trash can lid.
You're going to hate this. The correct answer is Chicken McNuggets.
Oh yeah. Sure. Yeah.
He supersized himself.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense actually.
I guess that's why they call it fast food.
Hello.
There you go.
Hello.
As far as getting, your fix as quickly as possible, I don't know how he didn't just have a terrible digestive system, but that is readily available. And again, to the 1,000 things could you actually pack to bring out there?
You know what? That makes sense because after he won his first race, I feel like the first quote I remember him saying was "Robble, robble."
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
This is why he gets the jobs. Because he's everyone's Andy Richter. Everyone loves him.
There's 25 tomatoes in the comments. Is that directed at someone in Mexico?
There's a giant candy cane slowly stretching out.
It's coming towards me.
So this is a good segue. Quiz Liz is doing great this round.
Yeah, great job.
we
Yeah,
have
there's a
ourselves-
through line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're moving on to sports. So,
Yay.
NFL schedules, your favorite. I don't know if you caught this, but every NFL announcement has started being like memeified, and people get really like big on the reveal. And it's dumb. I love football, and I do want to know, i.e., like, my team's coming in town this date, like, lock it down. But the videos are really out of control. And right now we have the schedule release. Which team, though, is favored in the betting odds in every one of their matchups in the upcoming season? And Vegas is very good at getting 50-50.
They're favored in every one of them.
Yeah. So I would say there's maybe at best 6 teams you could throw out right now as far as undeniably good.
I kind of tuned out during the lead up to the question. You're saying that how much of the schedule has been
The
released?
schedule has been released in totality. That was the big thing that they
And this
did a little
team
song and
is
dance for.
favored in every single one of their matchups for
Yeah.
the entire season.
17 games, all are the. So they are power rankings number 1. Does not matter home field or situationally right now.
I mean,
Dominance.
the Eagles?
Yeah,
Not
that's
wrong.
it's
Go
yeah.
Birds. Not wrong.
Why don't I know what your team is? Is it the Packers?
I have shoes that say it. They're right over there,
Are you
but
wearing them
I'm
right
a
now?
Niners fan. I was
I
born
know.
in Mills Hospital. If I mention that,
yes.
Tom Brady, also destined for greatness.
You have told me
Both
that.
from there, yeah.
You know, my brother's huge 49ers fan.
I feel like the Niners had just the right riz for the 90s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That they were
that's right.
everybody's first or second. There weren't too many people outside of maybe Cowboys fans that hated them adamantly, because I think a Packer fan can respect until we start beating them all the time.
And I had a bunch of
Joe Montana.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
That's what it
give
was.
that to like Michael Jordan. Everyone was a Bulls fan kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool that I feel like a lot in the 90s there are teams that would transcend the sport. Like I was about to say that I had Raiders gear.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't even watch
Bo
sports
Jackson,
as a kid,
sure.
but-
I don't think that the Raiders were even about football. They were about selling starter jackets.
Yeah,
It was
exactly. I had a jacket, and I feel like NWA was like a big part
Yes.
of that. Why I ended up having it.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny that I had this, and I was like, I probably couldn't have told you anything about them.
I think the team was a loss leader for selling jackets. I think it was just like they're like, well, this
Definitely
will
a loss
promote
leader.
yeah,
This is for the jackets.
because they also just got the fucking coolest logo. Like they just they were like, oh, we're gonna have the hardest logo. We're gonna have just black, silver.
How do you
starter
feel
jacket.
like a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan is looking at
Totally.
their stuff at that point? Like, I don't know.
Oh, it could have been us.
If you put us in black and white, we're cool.
Yeah, it's obviously you want to I want to say Packers, but it's not the Packers.
Definitely.
It's not the Packers.
Lambeau's got.
It's
a-
not.
a
I'm curious
bit of-
what the factor is that has made Vegas putting the odds for the favor on a team.
Is it Chiefs?
Well, I was about to say. So plainly put, I think the only things we could choose between are the Eagles, are the Chiefs,
Yeah.
are the Lions, and the Bills.
Right.
Because
That's really where it's at.
no, there'd be no Commanders.
No. It'd be cool if it was the Lions.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
The Lions actually more than the Eagles could do that just based on their ability to throw up 50 points every time. I
But
don't think they've lost a lot of people.
would they be favored?
You also have to think, who do people bet on in terms of just naturally Mahomes gets a lot of folks,
Sure.
so it does impact the line in terms of what gives
Right,
people the
right.
closest to
That's
50-50
interesting.
Is
throw.
it the Chiefs maybe because of his wife's new look? I don't know if you saw that.
Oh no, I haven't.
Oh, right.
Is she having a new glow up?
Yeah, she has a couple of new additions.
Yeah.
Paid for. We're talking about that on Twitter today. I don't think that would actually affect betting, but
It improves morale in the locker room. I don't know. I watched Ted Lasso. I learned a thing or two.
I think it's got to.
Some banter.
I do feel like it's got to be between those two. I do feel like it's got to be Eagles or Chiefs.
I guess I don't know enough about any
Yeah, me neither.
recent announcements or if it's about a new star player or something. I don't know what else would cause it.
Transactionally, there wasn't enough turnover from the top teams. There's a couple people, like the Rams are definitely making a run this time, which is exciting. But trading wise, I don't think Eagles lost enough. So yeah, I'd go
Are
Eagles.
you a football guy, Gabe?
Not really. No.
He came to the Packer game because he's a
Yeah.
Wisconsin guy.
Yeah, I'm a Packers fan. I enjoy watching Packers games, but that's
Are
about it.
you owner of stock?
I'm not,
in the
but
team?
my family members are.
Nice.
Yeah. My nephew, I think, got it for his like second birthday or something. Yeah.
Tell them to hold on to it.
Yeah, exactly. This is maybe the only currency that's worth anything right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Your Dogecoin's not going so good. You got these Packer vouchers.
Yeah.
The correct answer. We're going Eagles. Eagles.
Yeah.
Birds. Buffalo Bills.
Wow, the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quizlet says go Bills.
Wasn't there some excitement? What was the excitement about them? Like, didn't they do well this last season or something?
They're doing their best 90s impression of getting very far very consistently and not winning all the whole thing. But like Josh Allen is undeniably the, Peyton Manning winner of the group right now.
I see.
And I think they did stack up. But it doesn't make a lot of sense unless it's about strength of schedule. Yeah. But guys, it's time for our shots round.
Okay.
Hey, the shots round.
Shots.
I didn't pour any ahead of time, but we'll get them on the backside.
Right.
Clink, clink, clink.
Sound.
The shots round, just like a real trivia night, is your chance to shout out the answer in the comments. And if you're right, you just might win something special.
Did you do shots rounds when you hosted?
A couple times. Yeah.
I host trivia at a couple different places, and do you do it where it's like you shout out at me to like win the shot, like whoever first in the bar like yells out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also then you have to, it's
stressful.
Yeah, then it just becomes a game about getting close, and you're just like, we didn't really want people screaming at us that much. We did it a couple times, and it was kind of fun.
It is aggressive.
It is.
It's far less aggressive here, but this is a chance to heighten our engagement rates.
Great.
And have people engage with us and try and win something cool.
Exactly. So this question is not for us.
Okay.
To answer, right? And we also have the answer from last week.
That's right. Last week was, what is the world record for most dogs walked simultaneously by an individual? Just all in one. 38.
Wow.
I would not have thought it was that high. But with that many numbers, you think enough comments, somebody is due to win one of these. And this week, we're going to roll it back. Our sponsor, Spread the Love, which is a good natural peanut butter by my friends, who's just a nice small business, and you can find them on Amazon.com, which is a small business out of Washington.
I like to support them.
And you can find them everywhere. They do Barry's book camps, the peanut butter there. It's good, and you get a whole year's supply.
That's wonderful.
Which is an abstract amount, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And
have you ever got an answer on what that looks like? Like, how much is a year's supply?
there would be a tub, but I think it would be fair to just say it's going to be like 4 to your door when you're done, right? Like, we don't want you to sit on something that's going to go bad, and then we have a health crisis because someone tried to
keep
eat a whole tub by themselves. Yeah. And the question is, the NCAA Softball Division I tournament is currently underway.
Ooh.
Everybody's watching. How many teams made their Division I tournament debut this year? Could be 0. Could be 1,000. Somewhere in between.
1,000.
Yeah. Moving along to our current events. Immigration.
Hey.
This one is wild.
What are you about to ask?
I don't know if you caught that.
Which one of these
one of
races
our-
needs
Are you
to
going to
go
use
first?
that term again?
One of our
Chinese
cabinet secretaries is trying to start a reality show to determine if you can get American citizenship.
Yeah.
Which is the closest thing to a Black Mirror episode in real life I've seen. So Rob Warsoff, the producer behind Duck Dynasty and The Millionaire Matchmaker, has pitched that this is a reality show to DHS where immigrants can compete. And they'll just have different challenges beyond a citizenship test, which I don't think many people can pass.
It's that and then the paper bag. And then That's it.
I think there's a fear factor element for sure, and maybe like an on location El Salvador trip. But
Prove you'll eat 1,000
Warsaw.
chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Eat these and run.
Honestly, Nathan's hot dog contest should be an American. We should just put the most American
That's
things into
how.
this.
Yeah. That is.
Yeah.
That. Yeah. I think Kobayashi is an honorary American after.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There could be the like catch a baseball in your cup of beer.
Yeah.
Like you got to catch foul balls or something. Just shag them.
It should be something like you get like a prepaid card of like $1,000, and then we just like secretly watch where you go spend it. And like if you go to Walmart, like all right, you're good.
Like yeah,
I
we
do
get
like
it.
the Brewster's Thousands version.
Yeah.
It's
You have to
just-
spend this as quickly as possible.
and survive, right? You also need your family of 4 that you're trying to like just have a better life. They need to make this work for the minimum wage.
Oh man. Oh man.
Okay, so Warsaw's proposal reportedly includes what challenge for immigrants located in Texas and Florida?
Ice bucket challenge.
That's where you go to ICE detention.
With our host, Elian Gonzalez. Let's see.
Where is he? We haven't heard from him in a
I'm
bit.
very surprised he hasn't blown up on TikTok. yet.
Totally.
You know, that feels like
Did he run for something? Did I make that up?
no.
Oh man.
He got sent home.
No, but like I feel
Oh, back there.
like I don't know, maybe in the past 7 years he was in the news for something.
Oh wow.
It's like you want to see that young Anakin Skywalker. Like, what's he look like now?
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
That's
What
not
happened?
Yeah.
Jacob something?
Jake something. Jake Lloyd. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so challenges. We already named a couple ones that are highly unlikely.
So
Yet.
sorry to always ask you to repeat the question, but this is specifically challenges that would be in Texas and Florida.
What actual challenge for immigrants on this proposed game show? It is for immigrants located in Texas and Florida. So one may assume it may have something to do with a border crossing or I don't know.
Hot ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mild ones.
My,
Chugging ranch. Let's see how much mayonnaise you can tolerate on this BLT.
In this heat.
It's probably some like patriotic pledge kind of thing. I guess you can't really call that a challenge. This is so weird to be thinking about. That this
I
is
know.
a real thing.
We'll just think it like a producer.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. This one
What's
producer is
good
gonna
television?
like
The
5
kid stays in the picture. The immigrant stays in the nation. Come on.
look like a gun range.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Would be
Wrestle a gator?
would be good. Totally.
Rodeo?
Yeah. The states are interesting. I feel like is that a hidden clue? Does that lead us anywhere?
Well, I'll tell you, I peeped it, and we're never, ever. It was a red herring.
Wait.
Okay.
Will you give us for
Wow.
the first time in the history in the 6 episodes
Wow.
of the show? Can you give us a hint? Or would it just give it away? Is it something that you can hint at?
Okay. Cape Canaveral.
Oh, you got to go to
space?
You go do like space camp, or like 0G.
Why would you?
But it makes sense because Houston and Florida, that actually makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Man,
wasn't a,
why
it
didn't I
wasn't a
think of
total.
that?
It wasn't a total. You know.
Yeah. He sent into space to stay?
Yeah. We're like, well, you can keep more people in space than you can. Yeah, it's a limitless amount of.
I mean, to your point about like good television, I guess like going through like space camp, if that's what you even call it. I don't think they call it that.
Yeah. NASA
NASA Academy, like.
I'm just thinking about the thing that you spin on. I'm just thinking about like the gyroscope.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Yeah, centrifuge. No.
Something like that. Yeah.
The correct answer.
Anybody watch that on Apple TV?
What?
For All Mankind?
Oh, yeah.
I never got around to it.
Oh, I'm sure you did. I love that show.
Yeah, I lived in a
Very-
simulated moon base, and I'm like,
this
oh,
is
these guys are
very-
going to the moon base. And then Joel Kinnaman drinks at the same coffee shop when I'm in LA, and I'm like, oh, dude, I'm going to make it weird at 8 in the morning because I'm going to talk to you about space.
Did you?
Yeah. But like on the 6th time of bumping into this guy, like clearly we're on the same circuit. He's just hanging out with his dog and his buddies, and I'm just like, oh, I gotta say I love your show, and this is why. And he's like, oh man, that sounds awful. I would never actually do that. A good little conversation about what he knows and what he doesn't want to do. So
All right.
yeah, it's
what's
a good
the
show.
answer?
It's a good
Yeah,
show.
we
The
had-
answer.
Astronaut ice cream?
It's no ice cream will be had. Seeing which immigrant can build and launch a rocket first.
Whoa.
This is inspired by a NASA, being located in both states. Warsaw wants the show to prompt conservation and conversation on what it means to be an American.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was expecting something like much more sinister.
It would be good television. It's just making a total ass of people who just want a better life.
Yeah, I feel like I mean it's very dystopian to like think about that, but
Yeah.
I guess people
We
on
want
TV
the
are
very best, and we want more Squid Game. This
Yeah.
is the safest Squid Game.
I also think that this, I read something with this where it's like this in this climate feels very like fraught, but I think he's been like pitching this show for like 10 years. So he's been doing it through different administrations, and he's just kind of like, I just think it's a good idea. And I think he's Canadian also. So I'm like, I do think it is probably just a TV producer being like, we could do it. It could be fun, right?
Yeah, I feel like DHS is gonna want final edit.
Yeah, yeah,
So, like,
exactly.
as people get taken off the show, it's
Yeah.
like, by the way, cameras don't follow what happens next. Stick with the
The
viewer.
elimination round gets really hairy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, those were the real hard questions.
Wow.
And now we got some harder ones specifically.
Oh
for
my
you.
God.
That was the
Your
last
area.
Every week, I'm like,
Surprises
oh,
you.
that was the last question.
We got none of them right.
Game of Thrones. Get
Oh,
these
you
right.
guys got you guys got
Yeah.
you guys got I got
Suck it.
none right. I got none right.
You need to redeem yourself here with the topic that you said you're an expert on, which is Weird Al Yankovic.
Vic.
Vic.
Yeah.
There's no H. He knows.
Yeah.
First question, you
All
got
right.
right. Okay. you
I go
passed the
deep. You
test.
guys-
Wait, sorry. Before we start, you're just like an expert on Weird Al.
I'm just a lifelong fan.
Huge fan.
Do I know everything? No.
What's your favorite song?
Oh well, I mean, I like some of the deep cut originals.
Oh, yeah.
Original.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
learned this recently that there are a lot of originals that people sleep on.
And there'll be like style parodies. Yeah. So I think some of those are really good. I mean, I like a lot of the breadth of the work, but those. I mean, I think "Smells Like Nirvana" is a very fun parody. I mean, "White and Nerdy" is a great.
Yeah.
That's a great song. And I think that's like one of his bigger ones. But then I also like some of these there's like "You Make Me," "Trapped in a Closet" or "Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White." These are great songs.
Okay.
These are yeah.
The video for "Fat" used to scare me.
It was a little too good. Yeah.
It was like body horror. Like you were like, oh
Yeah,
no, you
maybe.
just suddenly, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say our modern day Weird Owls, the one I really respect is Kyle Gordon online.
Yeah, very funny.
He's been doing a lot of good genre bending.
Very funny
really
stuff.
pressed it beyond the one hit. So, this is unpaid plug. He's going to go on tour and try his modern Owl. But your first question,
Okay.
true or false? Al gets permission from artists to record parodies of their songs.
True. I mean, there's been a couple who have not granted him full permission. We all remember the Coolio debacle, as well as Lady Gaga. So
What did Lady Gaga?
well, he did a parody of "Born This Way," performed this way, and he felt that he thought that he had gotten permission, but there was some controversy, and in the end, she was kind of like, "Well, I don't. This is a song that means something to me, so I don't want you making a parody of this." But he had already kind of like produced the song, and I think maybe even released it, and so like, yeah.
He should have just asked Madonna who she ripped that song.
Exactly. Second degree parody artist, yeah.
Well, it is true. And he is also legally required to not, because
Yeah.
parody is protected under the First Amendment.
That's
so,
right. He's just a very kind man.
Yeah, we want them to celebrate it. You want, like South Park, it would be like a badge of honor to be mocked
Totally.
or something.
Yeah. Nirvana said it was one of the highlights of their career.
All right, where was Al's first hit, My Baloney, recorded?
My Bologna was recorded in a bathroom.
I heard this.
Yeah, he recorded it in like I think his dorm bathroom, with his accordion.
It's in a men's bathroom.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yes, yes. You got the point.
Great, great.
Damn right.
And now, where did Al adopt the name Weird Al? Where did he get this name?
Oh, interesting. I'm not sure I know the official story. I'm gonna say, I mean, I know that he was like, he was like a couple years young for his grade. He was very smart. And so I think he always felt like a little bit of an outsider. So I'm gonna say it was just from that.
Was it bullying?
Yeah, I was gonna say like he just took the weird from, yeah.
Do you have an era? Do you have a time-ish when he started using this?
Oh, he recorded his first songs at 16.
Whoa, I did not know that.
Yeah. Not like the big ones, but that's when he first kind of broke out. And I think he was already Weird Al by then. So, yeah, I'm going to say like middle school. Yeah.
I was going to give you points until you just said that last part. Because...
Well, you pushed me into...
I know.
Ha ha, he's the bad cop. He tricked you.
It was his DJ name for the college radio station at Cal Poly.
What
Yeah.
college?
Cal Poly,
Nice.
wherever that is.
It's in California.
Well, I got that part. And I know the Poly part's very popular these days. Liberal arts.
It's a school for one polycule.
All right. That's the show.
Right.
We won. I think we did good. Yeah.
Right. We did it again.
Was it painless?
Absolutely. It was more than that. It was actually quite fun. Yeah.
That's what we like to bring
Yeah.
to the listeners, to the guests, to lovers of trivial things.
Can we take that as a pull quote? Quite fun.
Quite fun.
Instead of painful, it was actually quite fun.
My worst hour of life. Okay, you got anything to plug? Anything you're excited about? Any shout outs?
God, no. No, not really.
You don't have to.
No.
We're else going on tour again this summer. Like, just get out there and check them out. Yeah.
I've never seen them.
Oh, great live show.
Did you like the movie?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
liked it.
Was that one on Tubi? Where did
Oh,
that-
hell yeah, I was on Tubi.
Yeah, it was on Tubi. I think that's
original?
why I
Was it-
downloaded Tubi.
I think it was a Tubi original,
I
baby.
respect the Tubi is really turning some stuff up.
They were
right now.
they were giving it a run.
We're getting it free, and we're gonna give you like the Super Bowl or something. They're just like going for
I think it was Tubi, right?
That
Or was it Roku?
What, the Super Bowl?
Roku
No.
originals.
Or was it the
The
Al
Weird
story?
Was it?
I forget. I don't know. It was one of these. I think it was Tubi.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know, but actually when you just said the Super Bowl, I think that's why I downloaded Tubi.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure the show's over because my trivial behind me has turned to the Samsung channel.
Perfect.
It's now the Samsung hour.
Welcome to Samsung, time to sing. Or we already did. It's Samsung. Oh my
To
god.
all our green bubbles out there, thank you for watching another episode. Be sure to like. You don't have to comment if you don't want to, and subscribe. Is that a good sign off? Until next time.